Welcome to episode 221 of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. I'm your host and fellow student, Michelle Nelson, and together we'll learn the basics of home design and construction and demystify the building process so we can make smart decisions and build quality dream homes with or without a general contractor. This week I have part 2 of the list of the best things homeowners did when building. The information comes from a couple of posts at Houzz.com. Homeowners who had built previously listed the favorite features they included in their builds, features that made life in the house easier and more enjoyable. I listed the first 25 features in part 1 a couple of weeks ago, so let's start with number 26, choosing a slab foundation and a single-story house. A couple of people said a slab with no steps from the garage to the house and no steps from the patio or yard to the house made entering the house easier and would make aging in place easier. That homeowner said that the front porch still had some steps, but that they didn't use that entrance from day to day so that those steps didn't affect them significantly. If a slab will work well in your climate, usually that's a warmer climate, slabs are typically more economical and have fewer problems with moisture and creaky floors as compared to a basement or crawl space foundation. One homeowner, though, commented on one of the downsides of a slab. Because slabs are made of concrete, they tend to be harder on the legs and body when standing for longer periods of time as compared to a crawl space or basement foundation. When you have a crawl space or basement, the main floor of the house, which is essentially the ceiling of the crawl space or basement, is made of wood. Wood is more flexible and bouncier than concrete, so it's easier on the body. To learn more about the pros and cons of different types of foundations, take a listen to episode 69. Number 27, windows in the bathroom for natural light, which is the most flattering light. Number 28, adding a sliding patio door to the backyard in your master bedroom. The homeowner says it's convenient and it provides a lot of natural light. The downside is that the patio door takes up a lot of wall space. So make sure you have enough room on your walls for your bed or other furniture you want in your bedroom. And you'll not only want to think about large patio doors in bedrooms, but also windows in general. Think about where you'll place furniture before finalizing the window layout. You don't want so many windows that it makes it difficult to place your bed and other furniture in the room. Number 29, taking pictures of every wall in the house before insulation and drywall were installed. This is a tip I gave a while back. Those pictures will serve as proof of materials and workmanship used, and there'll also be a map of where pipes, gas lines, and wiring are in case problems arise and/or in case you need to have work done in the future. Number 30, adding a mudroom or mud space where there's storage for coats, shoes, boots, and backpacks. Number 31, an oversized garage and oversized laundry room. So there's ample space for storage and activities like woodworking or crafting. Number 32, extra outdoor living areas. Covered and screened-in porches and expanded decks and balconies have become increasingly popular over the last several years. They not only extend the living area, but also increase the perceived value of your house, which is great if you decide to sell in the future. Number 33, framed out the wall area for a standard depth refrigerator. That way, in the event the fridge needs to be replaced, there will be more options than there would be with a counter depth fridge. The standard depth of cabinets, meaning the measurement of the cabinets from front to back, is 25 inches. Standard depth refrigerators generally measure 30 to 35 inches deep. That means standard refrigerators stick out 5 to 10 inches beyond the front of cabinetry. To give standard fridges a built-in look, many people add cabinetry above and a wall or cabinets on the sides of a standard depth refrigerator. Standard refrigerators come in a variety of styles, from traditional freezer on top models to side-by-side or French door models. Standard depth refrigerators typically cost 15 to 20% less than counter depth refrigerators that have comparable features. And standard refrigerators commonly have a larger capacity compared to counter depth refrigerators of the same width. Counter depth refrigerators are more shallow, but wider and slightly taller than standard depth refrigerators. And they have a depth usually of 25 inches. But occasionally, so-called counter-depth refrigerators will be as deep as 30 inches. So be sure to look at the measurements before ordering. Counter-depth refrigerators are usually chosen for aesthetic reasons because they look sleeker, sitting flush or nearly flush with surrounding cabinetry and counters. And although counter-depth refrigerators have less capacity than standard refrigerators of the same width, accessing and viewing food is easier because there's less risk of food getting lost in the back of these more shallow units. Number 34, separate shower heads in the master shower with thermostatic valves so that each spouse can have their shower set at their preferred temperature with no adjusting needed when they get in the shower. This homeowner also had her husband's shower head height raised since he's pretty tall. Number 35, door swing clearances designed so every door would have a clearance to rest flat against an adjacent wall, avoiding doors swinging open to hit or block outlets, thermostats, countertops, furniture, or other items. Ideally, doors should rest at a 90-degree position when open. In other words, the door and the door opening should create an L shape when the door is open. Number 36, working with a lighting store design team. That homeowner said that saving several $100s by buying on your own at online lighting stores instead of going to the lighting store sounds great, but it can be risky. She also said to always err on the side of adding too much light that you can decrease with dimmers. Number 37, running PVC pipe or a flexible conduit from the basement or ground floor to the attic and along your driveway or yard. This empty pipe will allow you to easily add cables or electrical wiring for any additions you might want in the future. Number 38, working closely with the electrician to lay out exactly where switches and electrical outlets will be located. One homeowner suggests putting an electrical outlet somewhere along the stairwell, maybe near the landing. Think through where you'll place nightstands, desks, TVs, computers, and other items that will need electrical outlets near them. And make sure that doors won't block light switches. Number 39, soundproofing walls between living areas and bedrooms. Soundproofing can be done with fiberglass or mineral wool insulation and/or 5/8 of an inch drywall or soundproofing drywall. Number 40, locate the powder room or public bathrooms so users will have some privacy and consider soundproofing those walls. Number 41, using a high-quality exhaust fan to pull out heat, steam, and odors from your bathroom. In my house, we'll be using exhaust fans from Brown Newtone. They have Energy Star super quiet exhaust fans, and some models have a new LED light technology called Surface Shield that kills bacteria and mold. The Surface Shield exhaust fans have an energy-saving soft white LED light mode for everyday task lighting. And when you aren't using the bathroom, you can turn on the Surface Shield continuous antimicrobial mode. This violet-purple light kills bathroom microorganisms, but costs less than $4 a year to use. I'll put a link in the show notes where you can learn more about these exhaust fans and that Surface Shield technology. Number 42, going to the job site nearly every day. That homeowner said that it was remarkable how many mistakes they easily corrected by visiting the job site regularly. Number 43, adding 36-inch comfort height bathroom vanities. Comfort height vanities are more ergonomic, causing less back strain when bending over, as compared to standard height vanities, which are 32 inches tall. I'm 5'6", and my husband is 6'3", and we're going to be using those comfort height vanities in our master bathroom. But comfort height vanities may not be the best idea for bathroom used by shorter adults or small children. Number 44, installing tile in the entrance foyer instead of hardwood. Tile will obviously stand up to rainwater and snow much better than hardwood. Number 45, thinking about the functionality of the kitchen and not just the looks. Think through how you cook, clean, do dishes, and entertain in the kitchen, and place appliances, cabinetry, and trash bins in areas that will allow for the most efficient flow. Consider both your weekday and weekend routines, and make sure the layout of the kitchen, and the whole house for that matter, allows for efficiency, comfort, and enjoyment of your spaces. And last on our list, number 46. The last things on the list are about paying a bit more for quality materials. Several homeowners said they're glad that they invested more money in things such as a solid, good quality staircase because it's sturdier and quieter than a less expensive staircase would be. Other more expensive but greater quality materials listed were solid interior doors instead of hollow core doors, good quality windows, a multi-stage HVAC system, 2x6 framing, spray foam insulation, thicker drywall, nailed down wood flooring, and high quality carpeting and padding. Good padding, the homeowner wrote, can make mid-range carpet feel more high quality and luxurious, and that cheap, thin padding can make good quality carpeting feel less expensive. Good quality roofing materials was also listed. We'll be using a 24-gauge standing seam metal roof from McElroy Metal for my house. I love the clean, contemporary look of their matte black medallion lock metal roof. But what's just as important to me, if not more important as how the roof looks, is the fact that the medallion lock roof is energy efficient, resistant to high winds, fire, and hail, and long-lasting. I'll most likely never have to replace the roof on my house, since a quality metal roof like the one I'm getting from McElroy Metal will last 50 years or more. All the high-quality features listed, the homeowner said, increase the comfort and overall quality of the house and give homes a sense of solidness. The homeowners suggest building to standards above and beyond code, because building code standards offer minimal quality, efficiency, and safety. And I completely agree. Well, that's all I have for you this week. If you haven't listened to part 1 of this episode, go back and you can hear the first 25 things on the list of the best things homeowners did when building. Thank you for joining me. I hope you'll come back next time for another episode of Build Your House Yourself University by BYHYU. Please remember that the purpose of this podcast is simply to educate and inform. It's not a substitute for professional advice. The information that you hear is based only on the opinions, research, and experiences of my guests and myself. That information might be incomplete, it's subject to change, and it may not apply to your project. In addition, building codes and requirements vary from region to region, so always consult a professional about specific recommendations for your home.